most of us haven't realized is that our co-creative consciousness is directing when this will occur. We're all deciding together when we're going to be ready. So, who is excited about disclosure? Okay. Be careful what you ask for. Every single one of us here, including myself, when we get a full disclosure, it's going to be like a punch in the gut. All of our little belief systems are going to be destroyed before our eyes. But what we need to understand, this disclosure that we're asking for, which is extremely important for us to be able to move on as a species. Like example, we haven't dealt with a lot of the racism, the atrocities that have occurred on the planet. We have all this racial divide and divide between religions, Republicans and Democrats. I mean, if you're caught up in all that crap, sorry, get away from it. Turn off the TV. That's all a sideshow. It's distracting you from doing the inner work and focusing on what you should. If we're going to wait for our government to walk up to a podium or the Pope or anyone else and say, okay, there are aliens, well, we're going to wait forever. We have to force the situation. We have to become very active. We have to come together, organize, and begin to do demonstrations. A 1,000,000-man march for disclosure would be great. Seed the rest of the mass consciousness with this information. That's why we're trying different initiatives like, different books, movie-type things. We're trying to turn the tools that the cabal uses against them. Whenever you go to a movie and you sit in the theater, you go into an alpha state, a meditative state, which makes you ripe for programming. And then they program you with the movie. Now that's in not only your consciousness, but the 100th monkey effect. It's in the consciousness of all of humanity. Then they need to create a highly emotional event. Our emotions are what catalyze the co-creation that's going on. So if they put out a movie about, let's say, an earthquake that's going to destroy all of California, that's in our consciousness, then they need to find a way to cause us to make it happen through our co-creative consciousness. They manipulate us, feed us information that it's imminent, it's going to happen, millions of people are going to die. Well, guess what? We cause it to happen. We are the source of their magic. They have been manipulating us to use our co-creative consciousness abilities against ourselves, to enslave ourselves. So people, often will be like, we're the victims. How come, and they're very angry. They're like, how come, we don't get contact? We're just as much to blame as the powers that be. We have gone to a state of apathy, manipulated to go into a state of apathy. But until we begin to stand up and use our own power of co-creative consciousness in a correct way, then we're always going to be slaves. We've got to come together, organize, and begin to demand disclosure.